Hey everybody, just want to show you what's going on in the yard and the garden right now. This is basically some of the last stuff I've managed to get out of the garden. It's some watermelons. It's like middle of October right now, but I have these 3 watermelons. I believe it's Star and Stripes or Moon and Stars, something like that. Haven't cut any of those open yet, so we're gonna see what's going on. The vines have all died back, so they're not gonna be getting any better. That's why they're on the table. These were from the butterbush plant I had. These are all like the weird thing about this is they're all different shapes. Got long ones, got little fat ones. They're not even, I don't know if they're perfectly ripe or anything like that, but all the actual plant died back on that too, so I had to just take what I could. Let's give a quick little tour here. The fire pit ready to burn a bunch of branches that have fallen from the storms we've had. Chickens are doing all right. Right here, this pile is all the corn that I was growing. Didn't actually get to taste any of the corn. Never actually did that well, but there were some ears, but the squirrels got to those. As you can see right here, I just got the empty beds. I have a few potato plants actually that were growing. I missed the potatoes when I harvested those at first. But this, I believe, is gonna be where I plant all my garlic for the year. That will be getting planted soon. I was gonna get some bags of compost to enrich the soil a bit. And those 4 squares, plus this one down here, will be all garlic, as long as I have enough garlic to fill it all. These strawberry plants are doing great. They multiplied a bunch. Next year I should get a ton of strawberries, or at least that's my hope. All right, let's see what we got here. Compost bin overflowing. A lot of this is a bunch of tomato plants and all the dead vines from all my melons and squash and stuff like that. On top, underneath I believe is finished compost. But later on in the year, I don't know if late fall or winter, I'm gonna be cracking this thing open and seeing how the compost looks. I've just been doing a really lazy style with it where I just keep piling stuff on, leaves, chicken bedding, scraps from the garden, scraps from the kitchen. So stay tuned for that. Should help big time with my garden next year. Peppers are still going good, even though it's getting pretty cold at night. Today is like almost an 80-degree day though, which is pretty unusual. But it has not rained in a long time. I have not watered any of these. You see I have peppers I gotta harvest. I keep getting in the way with my shadow here. But look at that. Peppers are still doing really good. I have a bunch of shishitos I gotta harvest. I'm really surprised actually. I got a ton out here I can grab. You know what? Let me take a second to grab all these. Hold on. Yeah, not a bad little haul. I wasn't even planning on grabbing these right now, but why not? Get them in the house. Pepper is still going. I haven't watered them in weeks. Just letting nature take its course. We were close to a freezing temp the other night. It got down into like the high 30s, but still no frost yet. So good for us. Let's see here. My shadow keeps getting in the way. Dragon tongue beans. They're wrapping up. Could probably grab another round of beans. These Chinese eggplants finally giving up the ghost. But I do have a few in here I could still harvest. But yeah, I think they're about done. The tomato plants, my late season tomato plants, they're ripening up. Let's see if they can make it. Look at this. Look at these big tomatoes. That's great for something I planted so late. Oh, oh, I didn't mean to do that. This one's ready to go. Well, it's not the full color it's supposed to be, but since it blushed, I could bring it in the house. I was gonna leave it out here, but all right, might as well bring this basket with me. Beans, I'm not gonna bother with right now. Or the Chinese eggplants, I'll let those go. Over here, I got the wing beans. If you let them get this big, they get really tough. So they kind of get real woody. These aren't so bad. Some of them have been a lot worse. But I'm kind of just saving these for seed now, letting them fully mature. This is where the butter beans or butter bush was. Pretty empty now. Did not get a chance to get a bunch of kale in here yet, unfortunately. I've been really slacking with that winter garden. I'm gonna try to get out here and get some kale in. I know it's late. Oh, looks like this tomato variety did not like the cold weather we've been having. Looks like it's, they're falling right off. Why do I keep touching them? I did have some stuff going here for seedlings, but you can see what that turned into, these lettuces. And all the kale I did start just got gobbled up by whatever, who knows. So that was a bit of a fail there. Got some more wing beans. Let's see here. Got some Hungarian wax peppers. Still going strong. My peat. That's a weed. One big old bell pepper on there. A couple nice Chinese eggplant hiding. I'm not gonna grab that right now though. Here's a little sneak peek. I'm gonna try to put these wine caps in the wood chips, see how they do. It's a little sneak peek for something in the future. But overall, you can see it's a lot cleaner back here because I've cleaned up all the vines from the watermelon and stuff. They're all gone. All the watermelons are gone. Actually, I still got one back there. What point? We'll see. But what do I have left, you ask? Got this horseradish. Got this horseradish plant I have not harvested yet. First time ever growing horseradish. I think it's about time because it looks like it's not doing too well. So I'm gonna have to dig that up and see what kind of roots I got. What else here? I have some grapevines I still need to tame. Slacking with the grapes, unfortunately. This blueberry bush looking real nice with the changing of the seasons. Oh yeah, that one too. Looks real nice. Oh, this late season squash. I never actually got anything off. It was a zucchini. I never got anything off of it. Very sad. Oh, I got turned around here. All these little flies going around are really annoying. These were my, what do you call them? San Marzano tomatoes. They're about done. I didn't rip them all out yet, but the cold weather's got to them. They pumped out a ton of tomatoes for me this year. I have like 8-gallon freezer bags of tomatoes I got for sauce. It'll take you a long way to try to make some sauce with them. But you can see my other raised beds are basically empty because I took out all the indeterminate tomatoes that I had going on those tall stakes in the background there. All I have left is some basil that went to flower. I'm basically just leaving that for the bugs. The bees and stuff are still relying on me. Oh, you see that right there? not many flowers left this late in the season, so I figured give them something to eat. This thing, let me stand back. See this thing right here? It's taller than my my pear tree. Is that a pear? It's apple or pear, I don't remember. But look, this is like one season. And what is it? It is this is a dwarfed Tamarillo. I got it from rareseeds.org or .com. I don't know why I said org. But first round of fruit, it makes these little, let's see if I can get in there. It makes these little orange fruit. These little fly things are just landing all over the plant. I'm just getting stuck on the little fuzz of the leaves. But you can see it pumps out a lot of fruit, but I think I just started it way too late because most of it's not going to ripen. But this thing gets huge. It's probably at the tallest point, it's probably about 6 feet tall, maybe a little more. But you can see right here is where it did its first round of berries. And to be honest, they weren't that good. Apparently, they taste better the later, like the later flushes taste better. I'm gonna eat this one. This is like a second flush. Yeah. It has like a weird flavor to it. I don't think I'm a big fan. I was hoping it would grow on me, but it tastes kind of rough, honestly. But it's almost like one of those things where it tastes bad at first, but if you keep eating them, then you start liking the flavor. It just has this weird off. That one's not good. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna mess with that next year. If you want to give it a try, go for it. One lone watermelon I didn't get to yet. I'll just save that there. Oh, as you can see too, I actually took the time to tackle the giant mountain of wood chips I had. I got it mostly spread out. I actually need some more. I just have a little hill back there. I don't think it's gonna be enough to actually fully cover the area I want though, so I might need to get more. And the thing that, let me walk over here real quick, because there's a, where did I leave it? Oh, I left it leaning up against this kid's playhouse here. The thing that made this so much easier was this 10-tine fork. I got this from Home Depot. Husky 10-tine welded bedding fork. That makes moving the wood chips so much easier than using a shovel. Oh man, never going back to a shovel with that. But I got the whole grounds basically covered for future upgrades of putting in some more berry bushes, more raised beds coming up this way towards me, and just like future expansion plans. I'm going with the whole food forest, excuse me, idea. So I want to make the whole grounds, I guess, what do you say, like beneficial for plants wherever I stick them in the ground. And the wood chips are supposed to break down, add nutrients to the soil, you know, balance the moisture levels so you don't have to water as much. So I'm committed. You can see how much of my yard I've covered with wood chips. It's a good deal. But these dahlia, some of the last remaining living things I have here, the bees love it, bumblebees. It's nice coming out here seeing the bees still having some food to eat. But And this last raised bed is more strawberries. It's basically the only thing I have going on right now, but they're not going to give me anything till next year. But it looks like, you see all the little flowers. You know, the bugs like it. Next year, hopefully tons of food for me. Let me take you back now to go cut into some of those watermelons and see what they look like. Yeah, so this is the biggest one I have. I'm not even going to bother weighing it, but I don't know if it got a chance to fully ripen. Doesn't have any yellow spot, just the end of the season, so do or die. I'm not feeling too good about this one though, because when you shake it around, you actually hear liquid in it. I don't know if my microphone picked that up, but I don't know what to expect. If it's just gonna be like cutting into a water balloon. Let's see. I'll cut this like I normally cut a watermelon. I think it's gonna be gross in here. Ew. I'm not even gonna bother with this. See that? It's like rotten in there. Yeah. Oh my God. That is disgusting. This is straight for the chickens. Oh my God. I was not, I mean, I heard the liquid in there, but why? That is so disgusting. Wow. How unfortunate is that? Let me toss this to the chickens, hose this down, and try another watermelon that's more promising. All right, well, that was a little disturbing. Let's try a more promising one. This one does not sound like water when I slosh it around. It actually has some type of yellow spotting on the bottom. So let's see. This one actually doesn't look gross. Nice. Oh. Now, remember, this is a watermelon in like, I don't know, what is it, like October 18th, something like that. I don't remember. I don't know if this is fully ripe, but I just gotta take what I can get right now. This is the only red watermelon I've grown. All the other ones are orange. Next year I definitely gotta make sure I got more red going on, more traditional looking. Chickens are gonna eat good. I already tossed them that whole watermelon from before. This, it's looking really pink, like a grapefruit actually. I don't know if that's just because it didn't ripen all the way or what, but we'll see what it tastes like. I'll be happy with anything edible at this point. Throughout the year I've had some really good watermelon and some watermelon I pulled way too early. This one was pulled just because it had to be pulled. The entire plant was dead. All right. It's looking nice. Let's give it a shot. It's got these ridiculously large seeds. I don't mind some seeds in the watermelon, but I hate when they're that, like the size of squash seeds. All right, not too shabby. Let me cut the rest of this up and get back to you. Okay, well that about wraps it up. I do have one more watermelon, but it's probably even less ripe than this, so I'm just gonna enjoy what I got, call it a day. Thanks for watching.